Hello and welcome. Right, this is the first time actually since coming back to FS that I've actually come on to another map other than Kinlake. So yeah, I'm just trying to see, really rusting to see if the sails are nerfed on everything. No, that seems like it always has done. Yeah, I've deliberately not put the Highland fishing pack on in case it was that was actually doing something. Now that looks pretty much how I'd expect it to have multiple items. In fact, duplication as well a little bit, which is sort of quite common since Giants have made this better now. Or well, I think better. No, you'll never make cash on anything with more than the 2001. So yeah, I mean, we're doing very well anyway. And equipment-wise, I've got to be honest, we're out the ballpark. It's tremendously. I was just looking as I was starting everyone's engines. I was like, how many vehicles have you got in this Let's Play? You've got like a real choice of really nice big vehicles. It is October. Did I? Yeah, we did. We even did that. Yeah, I mean, we've done that. Obviously, we always know that it like regrows. So did we fertilize 50%? So we need to fertilize and lime right now at this stage. Yeah, while it's like this. I've taken precision farming off. I've literally ripped the whole thing out the game, and it was based upon that. It was the final straw for me. I realised was this very map. I put precision farming on because Scoopski said, "Oh, it's all right for me," and I came on and I thought, "Yeah, but it's not all right, Scoopski. This is not how it should be. It's like patchy." It's like good, bad, as you're running across your field. And I'm like, it's supposed to be even. It's supposed to be like good, not like perfect here. Oh, it's bad here. Oh, it's okay here. I'm like that. That's just not how precision farming should be. It's supposed to be precise. The name, the clue is in the name. And so I thought, if Giants can't get it right after so long with it, although it's my second favourite mod, I don't like it anymore. It's just rubbish. So rip it off. But what it did. That's strong words. I realise that. It sort of, we've had a year, and I've got to be honest. What annoys me more than anything is it's the year's celebration of like FS25. I thought, well, you're not playing this game. Obviously, you're not playing this game, because if you were playing this game, you wouldn't be like going, woohoo, this is amazing, because it's not. It is not amazing. It's rubbish. It is, there's graphical glitches and all manner of things. And that's what bugged me. You see, I create content, and I sort of came on this, and I've always, on FS19, FS22, most of the time I managed to sort of keep it fairly positive. There was some moaning, because again, even in FS22, there was some things. But I think, I don't want to come on here and be moaning. I thought, yeah, but it's difficult not to. It's difficult to not to be like the rest of the partners and go whoopee doo. It's fantastic that my implements are 3 seconds behind where I actually am, and this is a farming game where that perhaps is probably one of the most important things, and it's rubbish. I'm a leap of faith that it's going to colour that in and do seeding in a minute, because like as I'm travelling down the field or as I'm ploughing, it's not showing the ploughed state, not for another 2 seconds after I passed. Then I look behind and it's like, oh, it's done the ploughing now. Fantastic. Everything's a leap of faith. And I realised that my joy for the game had gone, and I thought, that's it, I'm gone. And so for 2 weeks I literally didn't. I came on here, this map, once, and I realised I wasn't ready. I thought, no, I'm just not ready to actually, this needs ploughing, malarkey. Well, you're not ripping it up again. That's just tough. I think what we'll do, it is true, we'll switch that off, because you can't have that on something like this when you've got that, and it's going to ruin that. So we're going to have to take periodic plough off, just deliberately for this beautiful crop that I love so much, sugarcane. We can't have that. It's just going to ruin the whole thing. And I'm not ripping up again just to remake it just because the game decides all of a sudden I need to plough this field that I've already done and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's tough. Right, so then we do need, though, to do some liming. Let's grab our lime, which is just over here, and let's set that going. We've got a lot of digestate. We're going to do Missy Peas? Are we going to sell our digestate? I think so. Yeah, I do. I think that's lime. I don't think we I've not put the self-sufficiency down, but then again, I don't want to always put it down. Not every single sort of time. So, where is our? There is one through here. So we could like grab that. Yeah, I think I'm going to make another one of these. Right, let's just do it. So, hey, what are you going to over? Oh no, it is solid fertilizer. Yeah, no, we did. Actually, let's quickly go and solid fertilizer it. And then we will, like, lime it. Because it does need its own 50%. So it just needs us to skip over. And it should instantly, like, start flipping this as well. So do we set this? Oh, we got the other limer. Let's set this, like, fertilizing. And then let's grab the one of our fence islands. Just make sure you're going to do it. Because I'm a little bit... I mean, it's fertilised once, so it should really, like, fertilise. Just checking. Because to me, it's not doing anything. Why was it not working? Why did Mike refuse to do the field? But the other thing we ought to do is check that it is actually working. It's no good like fertilizing the field because Mike might have been sensible and he might have been right and it might be not accepting. Yeah, we know it needs lime. Okay. No, it has done where we are though. So let's do it. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit weird and patchy and all the rest of it, but yeah, we've got no precision farming on now, so we can just crack on. Yeah, it's I'm sort of back, and I'm trying to sort of like stay positive. It is difficult, I've got to be honest, and that was why I literally went on to Starfield for a couple of weeks, because I've always been a bit of a science fiction buff. I often EgoSoft X Universe, I played that for many years. But I thought, well, I wanted to do something else because the X series, I wanted also to literally film it, which I did, but I'm not sure. I've tried to move away from non-violent games, and that's what really was the clincher. Why I'm back. I don't really want to be going back to that type of game. I deliberately found this game and I realised how good it was, and it is, but it's not, if that makes any sense at all. I realised that it's not the game that it used to be, but I'm sort of like trying to find a peaceful middle ground, or I'm trying to be a bit positive and like not moan too much. And I mean, the modding as well, I realised I'd got a lot of investiture in the game, even with the modding side of things, and I still want to release my mods for everybody. Nah, it's not doing it properly, is it? No, it still says fertilise 50%. So has precision farming broken things? I'm not sure, I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely not working. Now, will the lime be accepted on this? Because we obviously did this. Did we do this before we did the? That is the real clincher, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Right, let's just drop that out. Wow, that's quite amazing. Let's grab some lime, and we're not going to. Oh, we will. Lime isn't very expensive, so let's just do this. I've got a double tank now. I've got manure slurry and a manure tank, additional storage in there to, just to justify that I have got storage in there. I always try to make my models so that it really is exactly what it says. We have loads of honey, and we want some lime. I even knew that. Let's have a look. Mike. It's nice to have the names as well. Now, Kinlake is very buggy to the point where it will not have many mods. I don't know if it's almost like it can't cope with too much. It takes a long time to load the map. It's had almost 5 gigabytes of an update as well as the map itself, or 4.5 and the map itself, and that's big too. Not blown away by the Mercedes-Benz pack. I had one of the, and I prefer the Unimog that we all know and love. So let's just see. Are you going to do any like liming, and will it work, or are you just going to float around the field, which is your way of saying, you can't really lime this? Oh no, you're not doing that at all. Okay. We need to switch that off, or so that we can see it is actually doing absolutely naff all. Right. Okay, well then that answers that. Does it though? It now says fertilizer 0%. Huh? Yeah, it's not. It's just wasting lime. Yeah, sorry, Ginerso, but there's no point because it's not accepting lime. I couldn't remember if once the crop's in the field. I thought this was a special crop though. That was my point. Why I thought it might take lime, because it is special, but it's not. So there's nothing we can do about it. But I do think 9, 8, and 7 said they needed lime a little bit. So let's have a check. Yeah, not 9. 9 is all right. Oh, it is a splash of lime in the middle, and then all of 7. And all of 4 too. So let's at least do the fields that we actually can do. Are we going to do this ourselves? I don't think there's much else we can do. So yeah, it's not a bad. Yeah, let's do it ourselves. It's not. I don't think it's even worth a time lapse, to be honest. So there's a patch in the middle that needed doing on our smallest field, which is historically where we actually started. Yeah, it is. This is the one that started us off on the map. So, beautiful thing that it is. And we've got our fantastic hedge, which I quite like. I must remember that one. The boarding factory. How are we doing on the boarding factory? That is true. Let's have a quick look. Why is it still saying it needs lime when I just splashed lime on there? Is liming not working? Please don't tell me simple things like liming are broken as well. I might have another meltdown and like leave permanently. I was, and that is how I felt, and that's why I realised I needed to. I'm not the only one. There's other content creator, quite a big name, not someone I've heard of personally, but I was literally on at dinner time the other day on YouTube, and I saw this guy saying that he felt that his content was sort of stale and all the rest of it, and I thought. With doing the modding, I don't feel that, because if I feel I'm being a bit stale, I'll just go out and create another mod, and I shall literally center the Let's Play around a new production that no one's ever seen. And I always think, well, it's not like FS25 where all I did frequently was the fertilizer mod, the fertilizer mod, the fertilizer mod. That's what we did a lot, and I deliberately, now I'm modding, think, well, no, I'm not having that. It's not gonna happen. That's just not waste our time though, in case this, because this should accept fertilizer lime, and it's not. Well, it sort of is a bit of a final straw to me that a base game thing like liming a field, when the field has absolutely nothing in it, it should work. Why is it not working? Why is one of the most fundamental jobs on the farm not actually working on this? Yeah, I mean, I don't mean it funny, but like, it's not. Let's go on a limed patch, and we base game. So it might not. It's the curse of FS25, the slowness curse. So it is. So does that mean that one's caught up then? No. So why is field 9 not caught up then? Because we did the middle of the field completely. It's no wonder you feel like you're going mad, because we can see that we've plainly done the middle section. So why did that not do anything? Yeah, why is that like still a thing? And you can see. Let's be thorough before we have a meltdown and I permanently leave the game forever and ever, because I'm so. And that's the point that I got to when I realised things were bad and it was affecting my mental health. And then to top it all, Giant Software are like, woo, hey, yeah, everything's hunky dory, and we're a year on. We've got lots to celebrate. I thought, well, I bet you have, because I should imagine your bank account is doing very well out of everybody's cash that you've actually caused us to buy. Whilst meanwhile, we get a substandard game that we've all shelled out quite a lot of cash for, based upon old sort of performance that Giants used to do, that did used to mean something that now means very little. I also come to the conclusion, do I carry on buying the DLCs? Do I just buy the base game and mod and like have other people's mods? Because I've come away from the Mercedes-Benz pack, really expensive equipment, and the base Unimog that is the same as the Unimog that we have in this Giants version of it, it's very lackluster. There was absolutely nothing at all, and I thought, surely you shouldn't come away from a vehicle thinking, oh, this vehicle's so poor that I don't ever want it again. I thought, well done, Giants, because like you put me off buying the Unimog, your Unimog, forever. I actually sold it on Kinleague. I was that displeased with it, and I'm like, am I doing this for effect? I should know myself better than that. I'm not that kind of person. I just felt so strongly about how awful it was that I thought, I don't want it. I don't want it at all. And I thought, and if my reaction was that the very first time I had that vehicle, I've got to be honest, I'm almost ready to like rip the pack out. It's just like so lackluster. And I've got to be honest, it then sort of made me think about the last pack in FS25 where I shelled out a tenner, and I tried everything, and I honestly tried hard to like find something in that pack that I liked, and every single one of them lacked something. The washing the vegetables bit, you needed to wash a little bit, stop, wash a little bit. I thought, if you think, Giants, I'm going to like keep stopping and starting every few minutes just to do that, I thought, you have got another thing coming. You're jesting. There's no way I'm going to do that type of thing. It's ridiculous. So again, I never ever, after trying each one of them a little bit to sort of think, can I incorporate this? There was the bit where you had a special thing that replaced the manure, and again that was lackluster and produced so little that I thought, I'm better off selling all my manure and the slurry at the biogas plant and sticking it in that for a bit of cash than I am to do this poxy slow thing that costs me a fortune in special chemicals, all for the most tiny amount. I thought, wow, this is just a typical Giants production, isn't it, really? A bit like, I mean, I can honestly say hand on heart that I've tried the Kinleague fishing thing, and it is a typical Giants production that is so lackluster that I've gone out and I've built my own version of the fish food thing, because I just cannot cope with how poor it is for nearly 300 grand. 270 grand. We did very well on the map. I had 1.5 million, so I spent 600 grand on the fish thing, and obviously the real controlling factor is the fish food. So I went for it. I thought, well, you've got to go for it. You've got to like try these things. I thought, I know that I'm probably right in that it's a Giants production, so therefore it's not going to be very good. But I thought, just give it a chance, and don't like blow a fuse. So we did. We give it a chance. Now, it's got obviously quite a few inputs, and there's like 2 fish farms. There's the offshore one and there's the onshore one. Now, the big, huge factory that's 270 grand, that's the food one, and obviously the only one on the map. I went for that, and we bought some stuff, which is not like me, but I thought, well, we've got to give it a proper chance. So I filled up the food, and we did it, and it couldn't even keep up with one of the inputs from one of the fish farms, and there's like another one where you can actually add food to the second one. I thought, well, I can't even keep the first one, the little young place, going properly. It's just like little poxy amount to feed the fish, and they ran out of fish because the food died, and I'm like, well, this is a bit ridiculous. So I went out and I made my own, and I thought, well, yeah, but it's all right for you to do that, but everyone else is facing the standard thing of like, well, I can't actually keep, it's not even capable of keeping itself going. And I'm like, well, surely that's a fail on Giant's part. And I thought, well, it is really. It totally is a fail on Giant's parts. Right, anyway, we haven't finished. Let's go do field 4. Are we actually got crop in there? Haven't we just put canola in it or something? No, we haven't. No, let's grab the lima and carry on. We're not quite. I think I think that is us actually. Yeah, but vehicles-wise, I am amazed that we are doing terribly well. I am happy that the liming is working, even though it's got the curse of FS25, which is the slowness bug. It really is terrible. Do want to buy more fields, but again, I just wanted to come on this to see, can I cope with another map, or is it, like, is it Kinlake? And also, the second thing I was really wanting to know was, is this working as standard? Is it just Kinlake that's broken? And it does look like it's something on the map. Now, it is true, it can't cope with an awful lot. I've had to literally not have many of my mods on. I've literally, even tractors and equipment, I've never ever known anything to ever not cope with equipment, but it seemed to like not cope with a certain amount. So I think I've got 140 something mods active. I have got a few script-based mods. I tried a few, some of my really go-to ones, and they actually do. They are all right. They actually do work. So, it still loads. So I thought, well, you've got, I've not got Courseplay on it. I've been managing with standard workers. I thought, well, I was almost going to do a vanilla Let's Play where it was just standard things, but again, the map's broken. It's very difficult. As we found with this particular Let's Play, even base game, you cannot properly... The game is not working properly. You cannot do contracts, as we found on this very map. They are broken. And it's a thing. I employed Gemini to actually check the forums for me, and it said, yeah, no, there's loads of problems with contracts. There's quite a lot of chatter on the forums about contracts not working properly, certain ones that aren't right. So yeah, contracts are not right. A year on, and we haven't even got the base game working correctly. So yeah, it is bad, very bad. Now then, we are doing very well. What have we... Still not switched those lights off. I haven't done an awful lot of modding. About one of the few things I have done is I've fixed the medium tanker that we've got over there. That is sort of working. Because again, it's all mental health. It's like I could not cope with the horrific... with the game being as horrific as it is, and Giants as positive spin on everything, that everything's hunky-dory, when really it's not. It's not at all. So yeah, I have done this. I will colour it red. I just wanted to give it a bit of an overhang so we can actually rest things under it, and it's not too bad. Yeah, I know it won't obviously take things like Subliminous because it's got that massive thing, but to be honest, it's quite a rare thing for things to be that bad, and I have still got the places inside. Just wanted to make it a little bit more, and I like it. I do think the overhang is going to add a bit of character, but I'd like it to be the red colour. I just wanted to check that it looked, in my opinion, okay if I actually did that, and I think actually the overhang all the way around on both sides adds a little bit, because it gives a bit more depth to this and a bit more depth to that, and puts everything under cover, and just gives you another second place to put little tiny bits, or even keep your tractors under here. So I quite like it. Yeah, I do. Right, so then let's have a bit of a look at our productions and remind myself it has been a while since I was here. So I've gone super multi-fabric high on this one, and that is a beast. And it is true, this does manage to keep up with the milk, although not on this particular farm, it doesn't. Right, okay. Now, the other thing is I'm about to do something huge with the dairies, and I'd forgotten about that. I'll convert flour one to flour. Yeah, we can do that. I did that especially for Kinlake, actually, that one. I added that just for that, and of course it follows your model. So yeah, the guar glue, I think that was it. Yes, sunflower oil, sugar. Did we bring the sugar in? Could be sugar. I don't think this has got sugar cane capability, has it? Or has it? I think it has. I'm sure it did all of them. I think it was further down, if I remember rightly. Sugar cane sugar. Yeah, that is right. So if we've not actually activated it. No, we haven't. So why have we not activated it at all? Sugar beet, we haven't activated that. Sugar from beets either. No, that's true. I think it was the last time I was in. I literally, yeah. Now there is also weird glitches with growth, as in a bug. And again, this is something Giants has known about for an awful long time. The worst was with sunflowers. It like bugged out and gave hundreds of thousands of litres of sunflower oil. Now this has got 21,000 litres. That's not like, yeah, not like that was. So milk bottled, 90,440. Let's have a look at what is a good thing to sell. Sunflower oil is March approaching. And the OSB, yeah, now this is going to be January. This is going to be a big seller for us. The milk bottle is, again, going higher, and it's white, so it's bad. So all of these things that are going to be big at some point are not big at the minute. The only thing that is sellable is the original buffalo milk and the buffalo mozzarella. Even that's not right. It's not far off, though. Yeah, that's true. That should be good. We're in October. It says green, and yet it's not. It's dropping badly. I mean, it's very, very badly. Yeah, I mean, it's only 2,000 off top. This is true. And the cheese is definitely also ready. So October, buffalo milk, original buffalo milk, which we're not doing anyway. So buffalo mozzarella and standard cheese is both good. So that we could actually do right now. Did we? No, we did. I remember where it is as well. Yeah, we did. So we want to be going buffalo mozzarella. I'm sure we just saw it, but I can't actually. That one there. We want to. Now this is something I miss, and that is the Bravens mod. This is really, yeah, we're doing a spawn. That is exactly right, and we also want to spawn the cheese too. Yeah, I miss that a lot. That is such, and again, it does sort of remind you. Well, really, this sort of thing should be a thing in the game anyway. You know, what Braven did, what he fixed, is really should be something that's real. Now, then, do we need to take any honey into this, or have we got plenty in here already? 31,000 litres. I think we're doing all right. So we might actually sell some of the honey when it's worth anything, which again I think is March. So yeah, it's over here, isn't it? We're gonna need a trader, I should say, a little bit, which may already be over here. Yeah, so this is the first time I've actually come onto this. I've made a few alterations to the multi-fabric. I took the second container, but I have still got a floaty thing that again I haven't. Yeah, I'm trying to get myself back. It's got a few little tiny, I think they're rivets off the original one of this. I've somehow left bits and bobs of the original one still around. So yeah, that needs sorting. Right, so we need, where is our trailer? I think if I spied it over the road over here somewhere. I think it was on the back of the silver. I'm sure it was. Ooh. Beautiful. Right, let's get cracking. I don't think this particularly likes this. Yeah, I'm still wanting to do my ramps. It's the next thing I've got to do for this bit of kit. I'm sort of coming through with my modding. I understand some of the concepts a bit better. And I've just literally knocked up the fish farm, and it's only been out a few days, so I was quite pleased with that, because that was quite an advanced thing that I needed to do, and it worked all right. So Right, let's grab. I'm pleased with it. I am very pleased with the equipment we've got on this. It really is quite tremendous. Yeah, and again, the steering is a bit, but it feels better on this map. Oh, and it's nice to see my indicators go out themselves, like auto-correct, because that I missed on Kinlake. I was forever like forgetting that I'd got to manually reset them all the time, so it's a pleasure to be back doing it like this. Right, so then I think we need to make a bit of a, yeah, I think we need to do a bit of like cementing, I think. Yeah, now this is something I don't like, and the speed that this is now slowly, the curse of FS25, the slowness has now caught up with the construction screen. Thank you, Giants. It's so much better. Not at all. Let's go for me concrete pebbles. Let's try and be positive. It's difficult, I know, but let's just, yeah, let's try and clear some of the plants a little bit, because it's, and those there, really, it's hard to work when you can't see what you're doing. Yeah, that'll do nicely. That'll do nicely. Right, so then let's give myself a bit of room. Yeah, on Kinlake, I've wow, that is a bit of a, oh, it is. That does explain why the things are a bit, yeah, it's a bit of a lump. I think it was floating, if I remember rightly. So we want a bit of levelling about there, I'd say. Should be upright, I think, at that. Let's try that. Right, and we need to... Oh, of course, this is the... Yes, this is the Chris S. and Riley S one, isn't it? That's solid. Yeah, this was the sort of... Trying this out on this Let's Play was what really made me realise that I actually do prefer the ethereal one of NASA's. It really is a definite thing that I prefer. So, buffalo mozzarella got quite a bit, I think. Yeah, I don't know if you all can see it, how when you grab it, it does like a weird translucency thing. You can see the colours like doing something weird. Very, very strange. Yeah, you can see it just happening on that end one. Colours as you approach are doing something strange. Now, I'm trying not to do 4 high. I'm trying to be good and only go 3 high, because I find it causes more grief. Now be careful about going over the grate, or we're going to lose the buffalo mozzarella as well. Oh, cheeses. Oh, that did something weird then. Yeah, I was saying, here's something. Obviously, you can see when things fall out of these, and they really are falling out of the sky. You can actually see it do it now, which is obviously something you could never see in FS22. You couldn't actually see it. You can in FS25 because the game engine is not fast enough to actually fool the human eye, which of course in past iterations of FS it always used to be. Yeah, you literally couldn't see that it did that. It draws fences and you can see it drawing fences. You get weird little glitchy bits where it's drawing, and again, it just to me personally emphasizes that we've been sold a game that's a year on, even though Giants are like going hallelujah. Oh, well, I bet they are, but it's to me, we have been sold a lemon. Yeah, it's my personal way of looking at this, and I'm not trying to be unfair or nasty either. Right, let's strap those before we have an accident. That would just add insult to injury. Yeah, no, this is the sort of things that sort of reveal to me that my mental health with the game is not good. So it's still, even now, it sort of makes me angry, and that's not the kind of person I am. But it is sort of making me like that because there's not really an acknowledgement that there's anything wrong. You know, Giants, if you look at the press releases, they're all, yay, fantastic, it's a year on, and you like think, is it something to celebrate, Giants, really? I mean, a year has passed, definitely, but is the game... Again, I think that's the other thing that I realised was Giants are fulfilling their legal requirements. We obviously, most of us are probably, especially if you're a content creator, you're gonna buy the DLCs, even though I keep saying about... Although I personally, I am sort of thinking... Well, if people want to go to another channel and see DLCs, they can do, because I'm not sure that I'm going to carry on by the DLCs, because you've got to do what you feel is right, and I'm not sure that I feel the DLCs are worth buying, even though Farmer Cop was quite saying that he thought the DLC was good, and I personally think he is a partner, and I, for the very first time in history, sort of felt, I'm not sure that I believe you for once, Farmer Cop, actually. You know, when I took a look myself, it is true what he did say about the map being beautiful. I personally do agree with him there. I think that it's one of the best that I've ever seen Giants do. The detail is quite exquisite, and so definitely worth it for that. The fishing thing itself is... As I said earlier, I rest my case. I've tried it, so I do definitely know that it does not add up. It's another cereal factory, which is still to this day remains to be terrible. Yeah, it's just a business that's not a business. It's just like silly. So... let's grab you. I don't know how much of this we've got, but we seem to be... Again, the little pallets, this is the trouble. This is why I wanted me 5,000 litre pallets. Now, that I can actually do as well. I have found a method with the help of the AI on how to actually improve. I literally asked the AI the question that, is there a better way for me to actually... do pallets than the way that I keep forgetting it's physical, so I keep like hitting it. Oh, you can see weird things happening to the pallets. It's like redrawing them at times, which is very bizarre. Yeah, so I'm still, even now, sort of still wondering, am I ready for the game? Am I happy enough that I can continue? So I really was, literally for 2 weeks I did no content at all. I didn't do any modding because I'm not happy with the creator of the game. You know, I feel let down, hugely let down by Giants. Oh, okay, that's, yeah, no, it would do that if you like push it in by mistake, even by mistake. But I thought, well, the thing that made me was that I thought, well, look, there's a lot of people. I know your channel's tiny, and I know like a lot of the people, you know, like your base fan. I won't say fan base because I never really class myself as like that kind of sort of person. Or and I've always said that it's, now I've got to be careful, otherwise I'm going to lose this in the. Yeah, but I have got probably 30 people, and those 30 people are important to me. Yeah, it might be most sort of content creators that think, all right, okay, it's time to give up. And I have thought that a few times this year. I thought, you're not really growing very much, and you sort of like views, no one watches like a lot of your content. It just, you know, it doesn't happen. And I thought, yeah, but I'd be doing this anyway, so if people are watching even any of it and it is entertaining, I'm happy with 30 people watching my content. I'm not bothered that I'm not. I keep saying this of myself, I'm Marmite, I realise that. And the other thing is, I'd like to be a bit more jolly, but the game itself is sort of preventing me from being jolly, because I've got to be truthful and stay true to who I am, and stay true to you, and not like try and pull the wool over your eyes that everything's hunky-dory. But I also think, well, I don't really want to be moaning either, because what people don't want to be coming on the channel and listen to me moaning, and that is the dilemma that I'm sort of finding myself in at the minute, because it's difficult not to moan because there's so much to moan about, and that really is my point. There's visible things, constant reminders that the game is like not right, and that's my dilemma. Can I totally ignore the fact? Can I find joy again in the game even though it's not right? And I think, do I go back to FS22? Do I mod on FS22 instead? And I thought, don't know. I don't know that people would want that. So I'm like, again, I did actually load FS22, and I immediately, like, after a couple of days, stopped, like literally ripped it out again, which I regret now, because I sort of thought, well, I should have given it a bit more of a chance, perhaps. It graphically is not as good. I mean, that was the one thing that I did sort of realise the Giants have, but I thought, is that everything? I personally could cope with, like, not... the wheels as they're turning the... again, it's the interfacing that Giants have done with the graphics. Now, I've got a NVIDIA card, but I've also got a AMD processor, which is a high-end AMD processor, which means it's got the FSR. Now, I've tried both, and the FSR, although it has that bit where the wheels, you can see the wheels like turning a bit where it's not perfect. Of the two things at the minute, the FSR seems to be better than the NVIDIA. So at the minute, I'm using FSR rather than DLSS, which, most gamers will know what I'm on about, but like those who are not interested in that kind of thing probably won't. Now, did that actually get rid of the liming on field 9 in the end? Did it actually finally? It did. It took a long time though, but it did. So thank goodness for that. It did actually work. But I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. The game isn't functioning properly. It should be almost instant. All other iterations, your brain is... You've got years of experience with Farming Simulator, and then it's all changed because it's not what it was. Right, okay. Now, no, I did deliberately make this go in. I actually thought about this. Now, I didn't know that these trees were like this low, but I did actually think about this when I put this down. And we could always move it. It's not like the end of the world. So let's just... Not bad. 100,000. That's, I think, the first bit of cash we've made from our dairy. Excuse me. God, that came very suddenly. But I did try to shield my mouth so as not to blow your heads off through the microphone. So yeah, again, I think choosing this extreme was my way of protecting my mental health, because I couldn't cope with any of the other... I'd say it's almost like a burnout, but not a burnout. But when I really look at the real issue, the real issue is the game. And I realise that's not down to me personally. It really is down to the state of the game. And but again, it's also true that the person that I am at the minute creating content is a moaner, and I don't want to be that person. And I'm trying to think, can I come on the game and remain positive and ignore the negative things that are all around? Can I ignore that and still get joy from this? And that's the dilemma I've got at present. It is. I've got to sort of try to throw myself into the... Because the one thing that I did after going away for a fortnight, obviously I played Starfield, which is... It's not... I was trying to play non-violent, and the AI said, you can play this game scientifically and you don't need to really... And I thought, well, the universe is hostile. And I tried to do where I was just doing creating the crafting side of it, and I actually got hunted down by a spaceship full of nasty aliens who tried to kill me. And I'm like, this is my point. You've gone onto this planet and you're trying to craft, and you've ignored the fact that the universe is hostile, and the universe has come to find you and is trying to kill you. And because you were sort of so trying not to be violent, they nearly killed you. I was so close to dying that I thought you've got to play this differently. But that's my point. I don't really want to be going back to that kind of violent game. So I'm back, but it's trying to find a happy medium where I can actually play this and not moan all the time, and sort of find a happy place where I realise the game is a load of rubbish and try and find the best that I can out of it, and find the best settings and find the best things so that I can be a bundle of joy and not a bundle of all the time. I just don't want that. So, right. I think I probably, yeah, so we've at least done something positive. We've limed 9, 7 and 4. Now, what crops are in these other fields? Because really, we ought to be waiting. I always find December, January the best times, and we're going to earn a fortune. Now we're on pounds, Mr. Smith. Yeah, we are. Let's change it to dollars. And this is going to catch me out on Kinlake, where I am next. Yeah, it is. Right, okay. We're on dollars for a minute. Yeah, so I would imagine we're going to earn $1 million at least from all of our, that max value 2.5 million, and that's not including the bonus of an extra third, which would mean that we'd earn well over probably 3.25 million, which is going to really be the best earning I've ever done on a map in a single year. So that's really quite good. Now, if we look, let me just have a look at the. No, we've only got the Guabin greenhouse. Yeah, I thought I'd actually done the chipping one. How much wood chips have we got? I think we've got plenty, haven't we? That was the bit. Yeah, we've got just tons in the production silo as well, if I remember rightly. Yeah, we have. We're more than enough to go right the way through this year. So, yeah, we're doing terribly well. I don't really need the poplar greenhouse at present. We're doing well, and probably for another year as well. So that's tremendous. How is the greenhouse doing as well? Does it need a bit of manure? Well, we just so happen to actually have some manure on hand. So let's grab some of that last job of the day, and then I'm literally going to down tools. And I'd like to switch those lights off at some point quickly. Now, was this... I think we did the manure with this. I think we did. Let's try to keep this... So let's grab a bit of manure, tip that into the... in fact, let's buy it, because we're using our manure for the BGA, and other farmers do sell it cheaply. So let's grab some paid manure, and we'll stick that in the... we could actually stick it... No, let's take it... Let's do it old school. Let's take it direct. If we can ever find manure, that is, of course. Gordon Bennett. I think I must have literally been one stop away from manure, and I've gone the complete wrong way around. Yes, I've nearly finished doing my modding on this, nearly got all the beveling on it, and just got to change this and make this a little bit longer still, just a tad longer, and make it go down a little, and then it'll be perfect. So we don't need, I don't think we need a full one. No, we definitely don't need that much. Yeah, on Kinlake, the horsepower seems nerfed. I don't know if... No, I think it was anyway. I think it was nerfed on the game, and the steering is even worse than I remember it. It's really very, very horrible, the steering. It sort of makes you crash a little. I noticed it coming back. I was like, this is awful. What's happened? The steering's even worse than I remember it, and it is. It's again, I'm moaning. I realise this. It's all changes for the worse, though. That's my point, I think, really. And it is difficult, really difficult to stay positive when you see all of this negative change for the worst. Right, let's go down. Indicate as well. Let's not forget what indicators are for. Still not grab that. Right, I keep forgetting how slow this is. I should not have chosen this tractor for like going across the map. It's not really the right one. As I love it, it is a real cracker, but it's just the speed. It's a bit slow. No, it's over here. Should, if you're in the right place, actually dump itself. Quite pleased with my tap. I really am quite pleased with that. It should, if I'm in the right place, just dump. Fantastic. No. Yeah, that's it. You'll do. So one thing I really do love about this is the fact that it does that self-dumping thing. It's quite amazing. I'm quite pleased with the hedge. I would have liked to have done a bit more, but it does really do quite a thick hedge. It's not... I've done a better one. I do prefer the sprucey type ones, but I can't remember which type it was. But I love the fact that we've got the hand plant saplings back in the game. I love this. It is absolutely amazing. And as it has also been improved, there are now 2 of them. I don't know what that means, whether it means you can carry twice as many things or what. Yeah, I'm not sure how it would work, but I only grabbed the one because that's what I've always done. So I'm going to leave it there. It says my return to Riverbend Springs, the Extreme series, where we are doing terribly well, and we are about, in the back end of this year, about to knock this out the ballpark. And I think, what are we going to do? What are our plans for expansion? I'd like to grab all of this lot. We're nearly there already, but yeah, I'd like to grab 6, 5, and 3. 2 as well. The original field 2, maybe. Yeah, maybe like do that. Yeah, that's not a terribly bad idea. So I think we could possibly do that. So we've got the equipment. So we've literally got a lot of equipment that we can cope with that kind of scale of a farm already in advance. So I'm quite pleased. So I'm going to leave it there. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.